And 1, 2. Are we like? Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's strange. Moo owned. Good evening. How the devil are you? Are you well? Yeah, I updated audio drivers and it completely forgot. It's freezing. Is it? Where are you based? It's not that bad here. Lincolnshire. Ah, yeah. I wouldn't describe it as freezing here. What's the outdoor temperature at the moment? Some of that. I mean, it's not warm. I was out walking today. Didn't seem to, mind you, that was during the day. It's actually slightly warmer now than it was earlier on. I'm from Norway. I'd take -20 over this half-assed cold. Ah, well, you see. It's the humidity that makes the difference. Dry cold is easy peasy, and -20 is dry cold. Dry cold is nothing like as bad as a damp cold. My hometown is on the coast, it's way worse. Well, I could spit in the ocean from here. Can't get more on the coast than me. Well, you could. I mean, you could wade out into the water. But you're feeling more cold where you are than generally anyway. Oh my god. I thought I'll have a bite to eat. Well, have dinner and then I'm going to have an hour left before the stream starts. I'll go and have a little rest. It's 1 degree here and foggy. Yeah. Visibility's not the best here at the moment. It's not terrible, but it's, you know. So yes, are we doing audio wise? Is it all working? So yes, are we doing audio wise? Is it all working? So yes. There we go. We're all disappearing into a loop, which is what we like. Sav, how the devil are you? You okay? You're doing good. Well, you usually are. Two more work days and 3-week vacation. That sounds pretty awesome. Yes, it does. Yes, I got a, well, not a surprise gift, but a rather interesting gift from a follower, a subscriber, etc. Hasn't 2020 been a vacation? Not if you can work from home, my friend. No. No, it has not. Good to see people around. Yes, they are. Yes, no idea what to do right now. The sun is setting on Rubicon, but we should okay. Vacation is like working from home Except you don't have to work. Ah. Sky Cannon, you can... Oh, didn't think you were on today, Cal. Yeah, it's in the schedule. I don't know why I bother putting that schedule there. No one ever looks at it. No one looks at the schedule and goes, aha! They will be on at this time. It's like it doesn't exist. But not to worry. Mihalik, how the devil are you, sir? We missed you on Sunday, but it's all cool. I mean, you were there on the stream, but, you know. We didn't have the benefit of yourself. You're on the stream starting card. Yes, I know. I don't feel like we've gotten going yet. It's still people arriving. You're available for whatever. Well, that's an invitation we can't ignore too easily. Kriegism. Yeah, so somebody contacted me a couple of weeks back and said, hi, could I get your address? I want to send you a Christmas present. To which I was like, sorry, I have no idea who you are, and I don't have a work address you could send something to me from. And they said, oh no, it's genuine. I run this little, you can tell who I'm looking for coming here, can't you? I know where Savik's hangout is. And we had a bit of a chat and everything on the old Facebook, as it happens. And then they told me who they were and blah, blah, blah. And I could see where they lived and everything. So I thought, well, yeah, okay. You know, it's not a Facebook account somebody made 5 minutes ago and yada, yada, yada. So, anyway, Nigerian prince, no, those not one of those. But yeah, I mean, you do worry about scammers and whatnot and people getting hold of information about you. But no, they were quite genuine and, you know. Anyway, it turns out, as a sideline to their regular work, they also make T-shirts and stuff. So they've sent me a T-shirt, and it literally says at the top ICC, and then the Anarchy logo, and then underneath it says where frame rates goes to die. It's almost exactly right, but I don't care. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's a little large on me. They sent me an extra large. I'm a large. That's fine. That's the thing when you get to my size. If you get extra large, then it's like large is built for a large person. Extra large is if, you know, like a bodybuilder or something like that. And the problem is the large T-shirt isn't made that way. It's made for a rotund person. Now, I may have become more rotund in the last 12 months, but not that much. But yeah, it's an awesome T-shirt anyway. It fits well enough. Shouldn't complain. It's a free bloody T-shirt that someone sent all the way from... Oh, should I even say where it's from? Well, it's from Denmark. I can say that much, can't I? There you go. It's from Denmark. So yeah, found its way here, and I am wearing it. And I was talking to them earlier on because I sent them a picture of me with it on, but they sent me a letter and it says, "Hi all, and welcome to this postal package. In this one, Carlos gets a Christmas present." So yeah, are they on? If they're on, I'll read out the rest of it. But yeah, they sent me a little message. It's really nice. Yeah, they've like gone to the trouble of doing it, and they've put like, I wanted to give you this Christmas present as a thank you for all your videos and for all the entertainment. After a few years, I left the game. Oh, it's been a few years since I left the game, but I really do miss it, and that's why I enjoy watching you play, so I can get my AO fix. It's always nice to watch a pro do his thing. Pro? What? Do you even watch my stuff? Pro. So I hope you like it. I only made 2 of these shirts, one for you and one for me. So it's very unique. Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope you have a nice holiday despite the Ronnie Rona lockdown and all. Hope you stay positive and test negative. Cheers from Zindzig, is who they are on Discord on Twitch. So yeah, awesome stuff. Was pretty taken aback they went to all that trouble, but yeah, it's a cool little shit. I actually posted it on Discord. I think I could show you all like a quick image of it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I couldn't manage to take a picture of myself and it at the same time. So where are we going? Oh, that's way too big. There you go. So there's scruffy me. You see, there's the top at ICC. And then where the hell did it put it? Right, that can yes, remove. And then so you guys can see the rest of it. This is trickier than you think. Negotiating like this. There you go. I couldn't get it with my camera, so I just used a... is that the wrong... Yeah, it's a bit blurred and I chopped my head off, etc. But there you go. You can see there where frame rates go to die. So I just thought I'd share that one with you guys. Nuts. Clean your mirror. Yeah, teenagers, mate. Someone should explain to them that, bathrooms do not clean themselves when you've made a big mess in the mirror. Yes. Anyway, it is what it is. And the other thing with it, it's really hard for me to take a picture in the mirror because basically it's exactly the wrong height for me. It's like I have to bend up right over double just to look into the mirror. It's like kind of annoying. Is Arbiter on this week? Just curiosity here. You don't think he is he? No. There's no Arbiter. Yeah, when I stand in front of the mirror, it's like the light for the mirror is just under my chin. You know, those bar lights. It doesn't work, it's disabled now. But, yeah, the shaving light kind of thing. Or makeup light, I suppose. Except you can plug an electric shaver in it. I know the pain next week. What? Eh? The pain is when you're leaning over and trying to do it all the time. So what do we fancy doing then, folks? Savik, have you got any preference? Suju, how are you, dear? Nice to see you. So do you have any preference for anything? I'm walking backwards round ICC just because I can, just because I can. Sav says I'm up for anything. Doing good, tuning in to watch. Oh, nice. Well, thank you for coming. You're very welcome. You just missed... oh, it's on Discord anyway. You can see it there. The official T-shirt someone made for me as a Christmas present gift. It's kind of nuts, but I love it. If I was to make them, I would probably have to get permission from Funcom to use their logo. But the quote is mine. So yes, That part's no problem. But then I'd have to go through one of those Teespring things or whatever, or maybe have a talk to the guy that made this one. Maybe he could do T-shirts for me or something. I don't know. I don't know really if there's any kind of demand for them, so to speak. ICC, I love that shirt. Yeah, it says at the bottom, where frame rates go to die. Yes. And then on the back, you could have the Cal logo. Me with long hair and no beard. Unlike now, I look like the old version of Ragnar. If you've ever watched Vikings, you know what I mean. And the hair's virtually gone and it's just big beard, mad eyes. Lots of scars and aches and pains. I don't know. Where are you, Sav? Usually you've chased me around and found me in-game by now, but I don't know where you are. You hadn't logged in yet? What do you mean you hadn't logged in yet? God, all the excuses. Why can't I find Savick? Because she hasn't logged in yet. I mean, what kind of outfit do you think I'm running here? Deary me. Fixer who can't remember to cast all his buffs on himself. The keeper, rather. I like all the ray tracing and whatnot. Everything's cyberpunk at the minute, isn't it? On Twitch. I had about 20 notifications as soon as I logged into Twitch, and it just went, yay, there she is. Savik's Secret Intelligence Agency. Highly secret, nobody knows about it. Yes, there we go. What could we do, Sav? What would be something? I don't know. Is anyone stuck on a quest anywhere? Has anyone got part of a quest they haven't done yet? Like the DB quest or something like that? Something with Mihalik, yes. Well, yeah, because Mihalik is awesome. Cyberpunk 2077 revives the whole 80s, 90s thing. I'm on board. It's never gone away. I mean, we got another Blade Runner 2, didn't we? So, you know. The last 3 or 4 years. Which wasn't that bad. It was Ridley Scott, so it was never going to look crap. It was always going to look amazing. Every shot like an artist's painting, because essentially that's what Ridley Scott is. He's an artist. Like, you know, went to study paint and whatever. So yeah, when he does storyboards, he just every frame is a piece of art, you know. I will be getting it. I'm not going to get it day one, though. You know, I'm not fanboying it. I loved the Witcher game they made, but on release it was a tiny bit dodgy. But then, of course, you know, within a couple of weeks, with all the bug reporting and everything else, they'd fix most of it, and then just started giving away free stuff. And then they did the 2 expansions, which I really enjoyed both of those as well. Scott's got a countdown on his stream and everything. He's really looking forward to it. Yeah. Well, I loved the original Deus Ex game. Absolutely loved that game at the time, which was 1999. Didn't Gibson do Johnny Mnemonic? Like before The Matrix or something. I think Keanu Reeves was in it though, wasn't he? I mean, he basically invented cyberpunk, I know that. Dark Sanctum. Dark Sanctum? You mean Dark Ruins? Oh, the IS quest. Inner Sanctum quest. I don't think I've got a tune that could come in. Yeah, I know the one you mean. Yeah, they are. That's the thing then, Dark Sanctum. Yeah, because I don't get to do it that often. We could do DB3, Pyramid of Home, Subway. Well, not all tonight though, surely. And DB3, I die all the time. Yeah, let's go and do the new Subway, because let's make Sam the leader. Because even though we kind of hammered it a little bit when it launched, we haven't done much since then, so yeah. Sad Toast, welcome to the stream. You're very welcome. Master Ride improved cut red tape within your NCU boofs, please Sav. Whoa, frame rate. Yes, of course we're in ICC, where frame rates go to die. Yes. I actually have the outfit. You see the droid you've got there, and you've called him Mustache Ride as well. Yeah, him. I've got the outfit you can buy from the veteran store that makes you look exactly like that. Well, it's the same mesh anyway. I was glad to be able to make this stream. Was actually watching the last stream's vid on YouTube. Is it Zinzig? Yay! There you go. See, Zinzig has acquired a little symbol by his name. Yes, he has. Because he created this. You weren't here when I did this. Let's do it again. I will distress you all once more with my terrible countenance. Where's it gone? Yes. There we go. Why does it always want to be that big? There we go. Me glaring at you all horribly. No. Oh, that'll have to do. There you go, there's me in the shirt. I flipped it back the right way. I realised after I sent him. I've still got the sticker on the chest. That was the first thing my wife did. I was like, look at this. Look, this T-shirt he sent me. I mean, the wife ripped that bit off. She went, it's a little bit long on you, but it's okay. She goes, it's really funny, though. Because she knows that one. And if you don't know, so it says ICC, and then you've got that symbol, and then I took a second. I'm too tall for the bloody mirror in the bathroom. I think most tall people are too tall for the mirrors in bathrooms these days. And then I took a second picture. There you go. Like that. Where frame rates goes to die, or go to die, it doesn't matter. And I had to try, I couldn't do it with the camera, so I tried again with the phone because I could see. Because the only camera I've got is a still camera, and it's, you know, it's a proper DSLR camera, but it's definitely not for taking pictures blindly. You need to look through the viewfinder to do it. So yes, you have lead, by the way, Savik, wherever you've, there you are. Don't they have higher mirrors for that? Well, they might. Wow, you look so young. What, with my Santa beard? Look the age I am, 51. Nearly 52, my God. 52 in January. How can I look young, Morty, with a white beard? I mean... Alex, Suju, join us in... Yeah, come along. Yeah. For the subway, bring one of your higher D characters. I promise we won't flame you if you die in fire. What? Oh, my beard's annoying. If I shave, I've got to shave like twice a day. It's not as bad now. It's gone kind of silver and white. But previously, when it used to be jet black, and literally I would shave before I went to work, and by 1, 2 o'clock I had to shave again, or I just looked like I hadn't shaved that day. You know, most people get like a 4 o'clock shadow. I'd get a lunchtime shadow. By the way, if you look up where happiness goes to die, the search result will come up Poland. What? Oh my God. I know, it's just some random thing I said once and everybody just latched onto it. And then it's like every time I come to ICC, I have to sort of go, ICC, where frame rates go to die. Because, I'd be running around, especially with the new engine, looking at the counter here and going, oh my God, what's happened to my frame rate? Moo owned, can't grow a beard to save my life. Well, genetics, what can you do? I mean, I suppose you probably take some sort of drugs for it now, I don't know. Although, I'm no doctor. I haven't shaved since February, my chin looks like a testicle. That sentence is in 90% of the Let's. Yes, I suppose it probably is. I think if you ask most men what they would rather have, hair on their head or hair on their face, I think most would say hair on their head. They just happen to have both. There we go. I've got blonde sideburns despite my hair. I don't know. I'm Celtic. It's like it's just genetics. That's all. Just in genetics. It is very, very thick, though. Yeah. Crystal Void. What? Wait. What? What comfort? Oh, we're doing it all again, right? So, Zinzig sent me a T-shirt he made himself. Or got it screen printed all on his own, lonesome. There you go. That's the top half. And everyone's now talking about my beard and not the bloody T-shirt. And that's the bottom half, where frame rates go to die. So yes, it's that one. Stern look, no. Trying to guess which way the camera's pointing. Because you got to remember, I was holding a DSLR camera and trying to sort of guess if it was looking at my eyes or not, or getting the shirt in by pointing it into a mirror, because all you've got on a proper DSLR is a viewfinder. You haven't got a screen on the back of it. And then thought I got so annoyed with it, I ended up and just grabbed my phone and did it that way. But my phone's in like a wallet type case, like a leather thing, and it's it's got this long flappy bit. when you open it, and if you fold it over, you can't. It covers the camera. It's not like an official one. It's just like, you know, whatever. Santos, it's a nice beard. Thank you. Are we still talking about my beard? Oh my god, it was just it's, you know, oh, sod shaving, I'm sick of it. And just let it grow out a bit once and went, that looks okay. And then, you know, let it keep going and going and going, and then we are. Real science fiction. What are you linking? Live Starship SBN test flight. Oh right, okay. Might check that a little bit later. Well, it's not science fiction if it's happening, is it? It's like, that's an oxymoron, real science fiction. Really, it should just be real science. There we go. Suju, do you want to come? Do you want to come and do Subway? Anyone? Do you want to come and do Subway? You're all welcome. So incredible, it kind of feels like sci-fi. Yeah, I suppose, in a way, yeah. Yes, you're all quite welcome to come along. Suju's gone quiet. I don't know if she's doing things in the mirror. She might be doing yoga for all I know. You're not unpaid now anyway. Reminds me of the early days of the space race. The Russians blew up a lot of stuff. Well, not just the Russians. Everyone in the space race blew up a lot of stuff trying to get into space. Especially seeing as they started off with originally with rocket technology, you know, essentially the same thing they were using for intercontinental missiles. But yes, they did blow up a lot of stuff. Well, should we convert to raid and make a start? Because there's a lot of trash to clear in there before you get to the first sort of boss, isn't there? Yeah, if you watch Scott Manley, Scottish guy, on YouTube, Scott Manley's got like loads of like science fact videos. He does a lot of that Kerbal Space Program stuff. He's very, very good at that. Keen amateur photographer, loves space and spaceships. But he's done a few videos where he sort of goes over the actual space race and, you know, what people did and didn't do and who got there first and yada, yada, yada. It's all quite interesting stuff. Where am I going? The wrong way. Supposed to be going this way. And then we can send more frames over Twitch. Give me a moment. Fishing for teammates, yeah. Well, I'm only killing trash in here. Not missing much. Doing Eumenides. Oh god, I don't know. He doesn't drop anything unique though, does he? In fact, he drops less than most of the other mobs. He's just the toughest fight in there. But yeah, I kind of want to beat him at least once. Just to say, you know, I fought Eumenides and lived. Don't know how many times we died trying. You know, back in the early days when it first opened. I think it's become a bit easier now. People kind of have a much better idea of what they're doing. Get that on a t-shirt. Yes, That would be pretty cool. I'd help, but helping people with Dark Sanctum, no problem, dude. We're nowhere near even the first boss. It's you know, it's one of them raids you can jump in later. Don't worry about it. It's just me and Sab just cruising along, killing off ads, etc. It's getting a bit choppy there with the old ray tracing on. It looked it to me. I think I need to do a thing with the graphics card. You'll probably have to leave somewhere halfway through, so a dock might be nice at somewhere. Ah, right, okay, so is it a bit? Is it just time zones and all that malarkey? Yeah, this happened last time we came in here. The frame got really choppy with ray tracing on and fighting in here. Maybe it's just too much for the card. Let's have a look now. That looks... Let's have a look at the stream. Yeah, that's a lot smoother, yeah. Ray tracing is nice, y'all, but I haven't even got a ray tracing car. When we start at 4 PM, it's easier for me. I know, Sab, it's just that's... When it's 4 PM for me, that's when I'm making dinner, usually. Or someone's making dinner and then we eat just after. So it's probably why it's a good time to start streaming, because everyone's just settling down, you know. In their relative time zone, it's probably after their dinner. I always like that these posters are still here. Grid Stream, the sound of the underground. I like the original Doves maps. Do you know what? I've still got that map. Unbelievably. I think I might even be able to show it you. Is it? There you go. There's that map. And that's it. It didn't zoom out, just gave you this. And zoom in, just gave you this. That's that map you're looking at there. I've probably got them in a folder somewhere. But I was one of the first people to, you know, because the original default map was terrible, really. It gave you so little information. People immediately started making more ones. Apexes, yes, I had Apexes. I'm sure I did. I was sharing these back and forth when I was sort of beta testing maps for Savic. Although Savic was making them for my benefit, like, okay, blind old man, here you go. Yeah, you can. The thing a map has to do is give you information about where you are and how to get somewhere. So the original default map was pretty atrocious at doing that, and it was only when people started making their own maps that it started getting better. I'm sure I... Come on. Body pull for the win. Yeah. I mean, the original old map had like no detail on it at all. If you were in like Greater Tier County, you virtually had no idea how to get to Tier, except go south. Sad Toast, good luck with the stream, Kalos. I've got to run. Oh, thanks, Sad Toast. Sorry you got to go. Maybe catch him next time, or you can catch the VOD tomorrow when it hits YouTube. Like it invariably does, anyway. Mihalik says, I have a crack coming. Awesome. Crash is a very good idea, I think. Makes such a difference when you suddenly get 3 people over 2. It's like, where's all this extra damage come from? Are you just deliberately hitting the bombs? Right, can we try ray tracing again, or is it just going to give me a hard time? It does in here. If I try and use ray tracing and stream, quite often the frame rate it starts getting choppy on the stream itself, like it's struggling to pull frames. Choppy AF, isn't it? Okay. Oop. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes it's fine, sometimes it doesn't like it. Who have we got there? Shrompu, I'm guessing. Don't know. There we go. I don't know what happened to Suki. Where's she gone? I think she's gone. Oh well. She did come to watch, and then I invited her. Maybe she had to go. Convince Funcom to code a when mode for agents so we auto quantum wings over one shoulder and pew pew in raids. Yay! A mini agent, like an agent parrot on your shoulder, like some sort of a pirate type of thing. Are we setting off all these mines? Savik is. Savik likes setting them off. Yes, I want you as a when on my dock. Got coalescing energy cascade. We've got something else. I can see red. But I don't know what the red is. It is the awakening, right? DB raid thing, I think. Is the awakening that one, or is that the 12-man buff? I can never remember. That's the 12-man buff, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. It's always kind of good. We used to do that a lot in Storm. Do 12-man and then do all the other raids thereafter. Because we had the 12-man buff. It just made everything that much easier. Especially if it's like 12 people in the raid have all got that. Attack the correct target. Get the little agent with the wolf head who stole his look from the first fashion show I did. Savik is having issues. Is it those bloody mech dogs? Isn't it? It's surprising how much those mech dogs actually hit for. I like that. He shouts, "Catch me if you can," because he thinks he's knocked you off up here, but he never has. Heroically fighting him. So I am actually liking this, the Merc armour Savik has lent me, as opposed to the Commando. Does seem to work. So you got like an init debuff as well, that looks like one there. Oh no. Insight. Oh, it's my other thing. It looks like a debuff because it's red. Vulpoo! Hello, welcome to the stream, sir. Of course CM is better than CC for PvE melee. Okay. I always sort of thought so. You do run into people that go, no, CC or die, you know. CC or nothing, mate. But I don't know if they do quite as much number crunching as some of us. And people that crunch the numbers and do the actual testing and not on bloody punching bags which have no ACs. Need to test against consistent mods like Lord of the Void or something like that, yeah? The ones militating for CC are pseudo PvP, is that right? Zoop, ayo, hello lovely people of my favourite game. Hello Zoop, and welcome to the stream as well. If you two have been like Vulpu and Zoop, if you've not been on the official AO Discord today, if you nip there and look in all the images, you'll see pictures of a t-shirt I received today from all the way from Denmark, from Zinzing or Zinzig, I'm not quite sure how to say it, who had a t-shirt made just for me and himself. So he's now a VIP because he gave me something in the real world. So yes, well done. And yeah, if you guys are wondering, he gave me, let's see if I can get this without breaking everything else. This. Yeah, apologies, don't worry about the scary bloke with the beard wearing it. There you go, ICC, where frame rates go to die. He gave me that. He got it all made up all on his own and sent it to me. So there you go, it's pretty awesome. I am wearing it right now. It doesn't say Anarchy Online on it, but it has got the Anarchy Online symbol on it. The pronunciation, Zinzig. Danish to English. Right. Mid-fight, translate, and we're going to say Danish. Where's D? Oh, you awkward thing. Right, Danish to English. Oh, insane.
Insane. Sindssyg.
Oh, this is like a silent D. The D's more like a th. It is in Welsh if there's two of them. Sid Singh. Insane. Oh, I'm backwards. Right, wait, there we go. Let's have a look. What did we get? We've got a Feated Vagabond Cloak and Combat Assist when. Is that the good one? I can't remember now. Shield. And then add 30 damage. No, it's not the one everybody's after. Sick in the mind. Uh-oh. So, we have had an emergency. I think Sab's crashed, if you want the truth. Twisted was here. Hey, Carlos. Hey, how you doing? There'll be a guy on the VOD on YouTube who will post, but did you die? Yes, we didn't even die on a boss, we died on some trash. But yeah, that trash was hitting rather hard. Well, that's unfortunate. I think Sav may have crashed. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, I'm not getting any heals here. Should maybe have just stayed where I was. You or your target is thing, yeah. No respite for you. Respite? Respite. Do you mean respite? It has an E at the end. Or is it a different word? I don't know. Might be an English, American English, UK English thing. Usually the Americans have got a much better way of spelling things than we do. We just overcomplicate everything when it comes to spelling. And it's an inside joke, don't worry, Callus. Okay. I always like to understand what chat is saying to me. Zixie300, howdy. How are you doing? Wish Envoy would pop for you. Yay! I've finished rezzing. Oh, and you have no nano left. Alright. So did you end up completely crashing to desktop there, Sav? Americans actually prefer more complex words. They like to say transportation over transport. Yeah, I suppose. The only thing I need from Subway is the belt. Yeah, I don't know if I would use it. It dropped on one of the streams, didn't it? Quite a while back maybe, but it did drop. Invocation of the Phoenix. It's Dayla! Where are they? Have they disappeared on me already? No, they're in their traditional outfit. Sometimes you see them running around and they've actually got AI armor on, or what? Something that looks exactly like AI armor. The reason we say transportation in public transportation is because we mostly do not have it. So we rarely use these words, okay? I think officially public transport in Britain is titled as such on all their signs, etc. So it is simply British Transport, but it's usually like British Rail, etc. Or, you know, whichever borough or body of whatever governs it. Smiling Petal, haha, welcome. So yes, thank you for that insight. It's quite interesting. Right, I'm just going to run inside, away from all the lags. They're like simpler spelling but longer words. Yeah. Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm just nipping off. Right. I are back. Okay. Oh, look, and Charms has joined the team. Very nice. You have a bone to pick with. I'm nerdy. I just use L4 in place of transportation. Very good. Yes, very droll. Open bar Vivoa. What? Where? Help. Whichever shows first. Leave my dock alone. Open bar Vivoa, the Dutch word for it. I'm surprised the Dutch word for that is so short. All the Dutch words you've told me are like, it's a bit German. Germany does it the same way. The word just gets longer and longer and longer. It's brilliant. Like the old Eine kleine Nacht music or something. Shep Bro. Those fleas make the cutest little noises. Yeah, the doink. They remind me, and I don't know if you can still get the toy. You used to get a toy and it kind of had like a spring inside it and like a suction cup and a flat base, and you would press it down and it gradually, the suction cup would slowly lose against the spring and it would go doink, jump in the air. Used to come in 1,000,001 little shapes and sizes. I don't know what the hell they were called, but I remember playing with them. What the hell were they called? That's going to bug me now. I don't think they've got, I don't think they, were they pop-up toys? Seems to be spring jumping toy. I don't think they had a proper name. Spring jumping poppers, yeah. I remember them as poppers, that's it. Jack in a Box, no, it was like, thing was tiny. It was like a little, so imagine like a model of a little flea, and underneath it you'd have, you know, like a sucker on, like on one of those kiddies bow and arrow toys, but the end of the arrow is a sucker that'll stick on something smooth, and then there's a spring inside it and a disc base that the spring and the toy are attached to, and you compress it down and you'd be like licking the rubber bit to make it stick properly, and then you place it down, and then go ahead, Crystal Void, that's fine. And it would just go doink, and I'm sure they've just recorded that, you know. No, not that. Let me see if I can find it again. Rubber spring jumping toy, most vague search. Oh, there you go. Closest thing to it is, they oh my god, can I get a shorter link than that? That's ridiculous. Save image as. That'll do. Oop. You and your friends must not be in combat. Damn. Yeah, should have been paying more attention. Let's just drag that into... There you go. See, there was like a spring and then a sucker thing. Although usually the sucker bit was part of the top half of the toy. Yeah. Well, when they popped, they'd go doink. The way the filth fleas go doink. Right, I'm down now. Oh, don't we want stim fiends first because they heal and debuff and such? All that for a doink. Yes, all that for the doink. Yes, if it doesn't go doink, it's not a proper one. But it would go doink, because the spring would be springing pretty much sort of in mid-air. So it didn't sort of build up much resonance or anything. Oh yes, proc reminder. I just remembered for myself. 60, 300, all that for a doink. Yes. All that effort just to go doink. Doink, doink, doink. Now I don't know if you guys had this in your country, but back in the 70s and I think even the early 80s, we had a stop motion animation called The Magic Roundabout. And I think originally it was French, and then it had been dubbed. But the guys who dubbed it, or wrote the scripts for it to be dubbed, didn't actually know what the plots were. So they just made them up. So long as it seemed to fit the action on screen, they went, yeah, that'll work. It's for kids, right? Who cares? So a lot of them were very, very sort of trippy stuff, the Magic Roundabout, but I've never heard it in with sub. I'd love to see an episode in the original French, but with, you know, subtitles or something. And I'll bet you money what they're saying is nothing like what the BBC came up with. Because they had this dog with long hair in it, but you couldn't see its legs, and it would eat sugar cubes and fly away to a magic kingdom, which is like a euphemism for hallucinogenics or something. You know, it was pretty weird. But I can remember the music for it. But there was a character in it called Zebedee, and Zebedee was like a jack-in-the-box without the box, and he would go doink, 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 doink as well. Yeah, Google The Magic Roundabout, you'll probably find it on YouTube somewhere. Yeah, it's strange. There was like a hare in it, which is basically like a similar to a rabbit but taller and longer. And and I think the hair was called Dylan, and he was always like chilling out somewhere playing a guitar, and the voice for him was like, "Hey man," you know. Now, bear in mind, we're watching it this ages 5 upwards, you know. You know, the mums and dads not really paying any attention, just watching it, going, "Oh, it's little puppets moving around. It's fine. Let's leave the kids watching that," you know. Carl is fiddling with something. Yes, I know. I'm already regretting it. I've said nothing. What? I'm not fiddling with anything. I are not fiddling with anything. I was a little bit before them. I am not looking up the magic roundabout. Promise. But Cal what? You can see what I'm doing on the street. I want to see it now. I think it's been remade since, you know. I can't show it you on the stream. Images. Yeah, I can't play it or the music over a stream because I'll just get copyright claimed or something. I think it eventually became a regular sort of a thing. Right. I have it. I have it now. Moo owned, you guys full. I think we're keeping a spot for when Savick goes, but other than that, I think we're alright. There you go. The magic roundabout. Does that ring a bell? Remember that dog? And these guys? The cow? Zebedee over there. I'll come back to the my setup later and think, what the hell are all these images doing in here? I won't remember why I put them there. So when I go, well, yeah, but we definitely want a dock before anything else. Don't think you had it here. Oh, well, you see, you never lived if you didn't have that. Yeah, we've got a spot free then, I think. So we can get an NT for more DD. Less old war stories, more DD. Ah, there would be more DD if I switched to that HUD and not my nano HUD that I've had in. Since we died and I rebuffed. Right, that's better. And there you go. So Moo Owned is on LFT, but I don't know under what name. We were talking about something org related. Oh god, everybody's talking across everyone else in 10 different languages and everything else. Paulicus, welcome to the stream. One of the founders. Dun-dun-dun. Which is something I have no control over. If you're one of the first 14, 15 people to subscribe to a channel, Keeper Yohimi! Yohimi! How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yes, Yumi Himi is apparently the correct pronunciation. I've got it wrong and she's going to tell me off now. Or Savik will, one of the two. I'll type it out phonetically and go, "You said it wrong again." Keeping a spot for Sav's replacement on her sudden and inevitable betrayal. That was perfect, I think. Yumi Himi. Do Striker or Stim Fiend? Which are we doing first? Oh, Sav! Oh God! That was close. Too many at once for Sav, yeah, that got a bit messy, didn't it? I was not giving it my full attention, I'll be honest. I saw we moved through the archway to this corner, so I just sort of came in. Yeah, come on. Let's not let Mihalik down. Yes, I think waiting for Sav would be a very good idea. I couldn't calm anything in here when I came in. On crap. I really tried as well. It was debuffing nano-resistant and nope. It still didn't work. We can't have more than 6 in here, can we? Do you need de-resing, Sav, or...? You are... Oh, you got cans, okay. Slow, brother. Killing anything with the name Slum Runner. New tactic. I'm not going to be pulling aggro off NT and Soldier, I don't think. do I not have? Ah. Got us all sitting down in unison. Yeah, that is something we did notice. What is that? Oh yeah. So if you've got a piece of Awakened Beast, it gives you that. Not that you can use it until you've got the rest of the Awakened Beast, but you at least know what it is. Do we ignore the slum spawn, or do we... No, attack it. You're running one of the ADV buffs. Slum spawn. Spawn of the slum. We're killing it. I stab you. Probably only half as much as the NT, but there we are. UBT is down. Yeah, Malaise is definitely easier to land in here. Absolutely 100% easier. I came on Agent and I couldn't land UBT on anything. Came on Krat and it was landing it almost every time. Sometimes you'd need like 2 or 3 goes, but compared to trying to cast UBT, it was a lot easier. A quick look inside. We got a sleeve, construction sleeves, so the trade skill sleeves, and survivalist leather, which has 1200 to most ACs, adult def 15, 62 evades, and a bit of HP and 100 run speed. Interesting stuff. Is there a set bonus for the survivalist gear? I don't know. Yeah, there's not a massive difference on Malaise and UBT in terms of how much init it actually pulls down. And then the other one, the other add-on, Wasteful and Ineffectual, stack with UBT and with Malaise. But UBT doesn't stack with Malays. Unfortunately, that would be nice. If you could land both. The boss would just like never hit anyone. Mortazil Kratz our boss. Yes. Like, I didn't really realise how good Kratz were until I made one. And then I did. I'll join, although I'm not actually rolling on that, but just so the chat can keep up with what is occurring. Twisted, I got the drone from the subway last week. Nice, congrats, dude. What is the good drone? I can... That sounds like the wrong description. There's like a meh kind of drone, and then there's excuse me, and there's like a really cool one. I can't remember what it's called. I'm making room, even though truthful, I keep getting, you know, like Nova Dylan and all this kind of stuff from daily login rewards. They're actually getting on my nerves now. I don't know how many. Smiling Patel, GSP party in ICC on the platform. Awesome. Unfortunately, I can't tune in on a stream because copyright, yada yada yada. So yeah. Even on the VOD, they just mute it now. So you just end up with no sound whatsoever. Which is kind of annoying. Well, we might go and check it out after. With some arcs too. Well, that's awesome. I remember going to one of the very first GSP parties back in the early 2000s. Retreat, and actually like tuning in to the broadcast and everything, dancing around on tunes. That whole hotbar full of dancing macros and such. I do want to put ray tracing back in there. Just because. I'll keep an eye on the stream. If it gets all choppy, I'll turn it back up, don't worry. Did you have a dance script? No, I just sort of had, you know, like Strong One, Disco, a couple of others. Like on a hotbar, and I just randomly press them. In different orders and sequences. See, with ray tracing, suddenly everything gets a little cooler. 28k Garruk pulls aggro, who knew? Everyone else who can cast Garruks, that's who. But yeah, I kind of did. I'd just have like Disco and Strong. Someone actually went to the trouble of figuring out I'm a Little Teapot on their Atrox. That was bloody awesome. They stood there all night doing it, and they would say the lines from "I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout," and it worked. It really worked well. And I think they were triggering it manually on the hotbar, but they were doing it then, and they used to do it in the arena in Tia, the old arena, in the Omni Arena in Ent. It was awesome. Stay on target. Follow the Supreme Commander. Was it smooth enough on stream for you guys? Getting up into the high 90s on GPU usage. It's too choppy. I think it's the way Streamlabs works with all the overlays and stuff. I can get away with it otherwise. For the last stream, I think it's in here. I think there's just a lot of stuff to render in here you wouldn't normally think there actually is. You turn ray tracing on and it's going, oh my god, what the hell, are you kidding me? Right, we're waiting. While we're waiting, I'm getting some water. Ah, that's better. I actually think for streams and such, water's probably the best. Unless I'm, you know, trying to stay awake or something. Then perhaps caffeinated beverage is superior. These mobs really have got it in for bloody Savic tonight, haven't they? Keep aggroing it. Keep noticing Sav's health bar moving more than anyone else's. Fairly decent lighting in here. nudge the slider on my mixing desk last time I was streaming. It seemed to have come through awfully... Like, it didn't distort, but it was too loud on the mic. The mic was too hot. It was like compressing too hard. I think it's a little more balanced now. We have the premature pat on. Yeah, you're definitely using more GPU in here regardless. Just keeping my eye on it then. More than you do probably in... Like, because I had ray tracing on for the whole Beast raid on Sunday and I wasn't getting choppiness on the stream. But then, you know, come tonight in the subway and it doesn't like it. It just seems to be maybe the subway. Not entirely sure. You can open a door without activating any of the mobs by the side of it, just by standing near the edge of it. It still opens for you. There we go. Whoa! Hit the space bar, man. You forget, because the environment is so familiar to when you're sort of low on a character. Suddenly jumping high is like really quite a shock. If you know what I mean. It's bizarre. Like, you're not used to being able to sort of jump that high on a toon in this environment. Normally nowhere near that high, you know, at level 25 max or whatever. So it is kind of cool when it's one of those. Mobs are just such bullet sponges, aren't they? They've just got so much bloody HP, whatnot. It's kind of nuts. We've got a slum runner in here as well, which is kind of cool. At the end of the stream I will go out and have a look at the grid stream, although unfortunately guys I can't stream the music. That's the age we live in, unfortunately. It's not even sort of YouTube and such that's to blame. It's the copyright law system that's to blame. See, copyright law was never invented by creators of art of any kind or whatever. It was created by the publishers, the people that made money, and it was made to serve them, not the artist in question. The argument has always been, oh, well, it protects the original. No, it doesn't. Because they would never do it that way. Nobody is going, like, if I play like end of the last stream, got a stun. DMCA is the most stupid stuff ever. Well, yes and no. I mean, it stops people. The idea of the law is to protect the original material, because obviously people can use it in the wrong context. Like, you don't want a particular politician using your music to promote themselves. So you have the right to stop them using your creation for that purpose. That's fine. You know, whatever your political view may be. Or, you know, any person using it to promote themselves. But the basic idea is to stop other people. Metallica would disagree with you, Cal. What? That was exactly what Metallica did. Stop using our music. We don't want you using our music. Now, the difference is fair use is so vague and abused is the problem. You see, last stream, at the end of the stream, I raided Suju's channel, and Suju had a little bit of background music on, and there was 3 seconds of that music at the very end of my stream. Yeah? Now, when I uploaded the video to YouTube, as soon as it looked at it, it said, video cannot be monetized, copyright has been claimed by yada yada yada, whoever owns the copyright, to 3 seconds of that tune with people talking over it on the end of a 3-hour stream. They were claiming the rights to the entire 3-hour stream for 3 seconds worth of their song. That's why it's broken. Nobody listens to that 3 seconds of that piece of music and thinks it is in the realm of it, but it's still got claimed. Now, YouTube has a new feature on it which lets you trim things like that off. So I told it to just trim the last 3 seconds of the video off, and it was going to take 48 hours to do. So I just deleted the video, downloaded it to my computer, re-edited the video minus 3 seconds off the end, and then chopped out a couple of the breaks, made them shorter, re-rendered it, re-uploaded it to YouTube, and that's the one that's live now. But that's the problem with it. 3 seconds of doing that, and they're claiming 3 hours worth of my content, me talking and being entertaining or whatever. They're able to claim 3 hours of that because I used 3 seconds of their stuff. That's why it's broken. It's the copyright system itself is broken. Are you telling me, rather than listening to that 45-minute whatever track, people are going to listen to that 3 seconds at the end of a video about Anarchy online rather than pay for that music through another means? Because I don't think they are they? There's even companies that exist purely to look for music that's like free to use, that is used widely on YouTube, right? And what these companies do is buy the rights to that music outright and then start monetizing all the videos on YouTube that use it. That's happening. So there's people that have had videos up for years that went to Video Blocks or somebody like that and used a piece of music, or in the background or whatever, for a video, having paid for the right to use that piece of music, allegedly, forever. But then the owners of it sell it on to a third party who have bought it expressly to make money on other people's work. And these people have got money and lawyers, and yes, you can fight them if you can afford to. That's why it's a broken system. Right, we have a sleeve, reinforced bow armour, and Eye of the Scion, which I really fancy on my NT. I don't need it on my NT. Well, that is pretty nice if you've got an NT. Now, the reason copyright law is so broken is because it was invented by publishers. And publishers make more money out of people's music than the people that make the bloody music. Because the old system was, well, if you want to keep your music promoted and people to hear it across the world, then we want some of the money. And then the contracts they created for it were basically indenture. I went it on my NT just because. So yeah, that's the problem. Is the old record contracts and everything about them has always been about making record companies, etc., and publishers rich. That's what copyright law is broken, because it's to do with rights to, to suits, not written by creatives. There you go. Lucky Charms has won the eye, and 2 people apparently have won the sleeve, but I'm pretty sure there's only one. There is only one sleeve, though. Oh, you got to be 201 for the subway. I know, they put that in. I kind of wish they hadn't made it the ultimate level 200 food raid. But no, 201 to enter the subway, Crystal, I think. Yeah, I can see you said that anyway, but yeah. Shuck and Danes, I'm just here for cake. They came for the cake. The cake is a lie. Except, if you waited till the very end of the credits, there was a cake. So the cake wasn't a lie. Having replayed Portal and Portal 2 and a couple of mods for it, one of which was really good. Yeah, it's fresh in my mind now. I think Lucky wants to loot the iron and all. Yeah, okay. Run and get your ult and we'll start clearing trash. Should be fine. No AFKs for you. No AFKs for anyone. Yeah, it would be nice if they did like an IS version of this place, you know? So 200s could come here and you know. But they've made all the gear that drops in here 210 plus, so yeah. It wouldn't really kind of work, and you'd have to make a whole other instance with different gear in it. Except I'm given there's like one guy working at anything in the game anymore. It's not going to happen, is it? It's run off. Premature patterns has run away. Narnia calls. Take care, Kalos. Let's have it catch up with you all next time, hopefully. Yep, no problem. Thanks for coming along, Crystal Void. You're most welcome. Irwin, yo, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. We're about most of the way through. 3 bosses through the subway. Probably guessed. Oh, now Premature shows up. And they brought a friend. Oh, yeah. Melvin's ahead. Yes, Melvins are ahead. You've got to do the big spider yet. Damn it. We lost Sugar. Sugandaz is down. Yeah, it's just one of those weird ones where you come down and they run off and then run back with friends. And you're waiting around for them to come back and you think, oh, well, they're not coming back, and then suddenly they do once you've started fighting something else, and then you're buggered. No, it is not very sporting of them. So it looks like we're hanging around here. Ah, good old water. So, Irwin, yes, we're waiting for people to make their way back. It can't be helped, I'm afraid. Those ads run in and then you have ads teleported back. Is it not quicker to carry on along the ramp and then, you know, go the whole way around? I don't think it is, because you've still got to come through that door anyway, haven't you? So I think as soon as you get on this ramp, I think you need to run here and drop down to here straight away. Or something like that. There are 10 plus mobs if you run around and clear the path. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I usually come this way on alts and whatnot. Or lobies when I make them. Including fleas that spawn yet more fleas. Yes, they bloody do. Which is annoying. Do you need rezzing, or you don't look like you do? Nano cans for the win. I have the big spider to deal with before Melvin and some other junk. So the garbage flea had garbage critters on it. It would make more sense, would it not, if the big one was a flea, a critter, and these were the fleas. So like, it was a big version, but the fleas lived on it. You know, as fleas kind of do, you know? I don't know, it just kind of sounded like that would make more sense to me. I don't know. Maybe not. sure I just heard a dimish then. Did someone dimish? Critter is a word for young insects. So basically it's baby fleas. Oh, right. That jump never works when you're level 25. Well, sometimes if you jump sort of just on that bit there, you sometimes make it just to there. But over the bars, almost never. Oh, this left. You mean stay on the north side? This is the only boss, I think, that has a chance to drop absolutely nothing, isn't it? I think the first time we killed it, we thought, well, it should be a boss with a HP bar this big, but it didn't drop anything. Which is weird. No, can it not get round the corner there? Yeah, I'm still in range of the stun lock. Yep. Got to be stood more or less where Savik is to avoid it. And then we're sort of okay. Oh god, there's a bloody MP, another mob coming around the corner. Here we go. Premature pattern. Where the hell did she come from and why? That's just... what? Massive lag spoke. Yeah. Felt like it. For it to suddenly come from that sort of distance is nuts. Alright, so we're looking at the flea. Ooh. Mark of the Bloodless and Boots. Which one's this then? So Mark of the Bloodless is a tattoo. Right arm and left arm. Which gives you 15 to evades, add all def for 20, nano cost -5, healing efficiency 5, heal reactivity, and 500, crit decrease 3. That's pretty awesome as a tattoo. Yes, it is. I do like the items in here because they are possibly only best in slot for a particular build or an alternative in slot for a build. So it just makes a bit more variance in the game itself, I think. I think Mihalik is having technical issues. Yeah, he's lagging. Unfortunate. It'll probably be okay, but just give him a second for things to catch up with themselves. Shogun Dares looted. Congrats on the tattoo. Do you want to relog? Yeah? Okay. I don't think Sav wanted it. I don't know if Sav already has it either. So, I don't know, guys. But have we got a replacement healage coming or similar? Now Savic's saying I added to it, but all good. I'll get some time eventually. Yeah, no worries, Sav. You got your holiday coming up in a couple of days, don't you? Did you say you had your holiday in a few days? Something like that. Can we ray trace here? Oh yeah. 3 weeks. Just before Christmas. Oh, I thought your holiday was for 3 weeks. I thought it was like quite a big holiday. I don't know how it works across sort of the Netherlands and that. I know in Norway, Easter is sort of a bigger sort of national holiday than Christmas is and all that. Yeah, I meant it lasts 3 weeks and you start next week. Ah, right, I did understand you the first time. I thought I was going mad then. Oh, don't get fussy about bloody loot. It's only loot. Dear me. Right, so we have 2 slots available. We definitely need a dock. We definitely require the dock tour. Were you going to relog, Mihalik? Did you still need to relog? Smiling Petal. Awesome. Yes, welcome to the stream, Smiling Petal. I didn't notice you before and welcome you in, but you are welcome. Alright, so Licky Jams is back. You're okay for the lag now. You've got 1 dock coming. Awesome. Who got lead before Sav left? Hopefully someone that isn't AFK. You need to read some of my stuff earlier. Oh, right, okay. Scroll. Oh, God. GSP party in ICC on the platform. Oh, that was you. Sorry. Yes, I did see that. It's distracting having 2 screens and a game and fights going on one and chat going on the other. I'm not a pro bloody streamer or something, you know. I think what I need is to have the second monitor on my right-hand side, but that's where I keep my mixing desk because I'm right-handed, so it makes sense. I mean, I can work it with either hand, but yeah, anyway, yes. Yes, and the bit about transportation and transport. Yes, you did. I am sorry. Emo Furry. I hope everyone is willing to sacrifice themselves to the god of the Melvins. Yes, very good. How does a mixer look like? No, it's just about arm's length, and that's with my arms almost straight out. Monitor is about 1.5 meters away. Then either side of that, I have 2 studio source monitors, 2 Yamaha source monitors set up so while I'm sat at the desk, I'm form an equilateral triangle with those, and I can't not have it that way because that's how you mix things. And then on the left I have 1 monitor at the same height as the main monitor, and it's stood on a cardboard box at the moment because it just happened that box was exactly the right height. The monitors are on stands. Then to the right of the right hand monitor is an old subwoofer that I don't use except to test certain things. Most of the time it spends switched off, and I have a mixing desk on top of that. So yeah, 1.5 meters away. Well, it is a 27-inch IPS monitor, so that's a comfortable distance to be working on it from. See, Sav's now got into her bubble bath with a bar of chocolate and is watching the stream on a tablet. But she can't play the game like that. Gossiping happily. So this is good old ray tracing still on. It looks fine. It's just when everything gets busy in here, it's too much for it, I think. Even now, you can kind of feel it. Like, on my screen, it's fine. But on the stream, it's a bit stuttery. Like, if I make that movement now. Yeah, it's definitely looks smoother than that for you guys. For me, it looks okay, but I think it's just too much for the thing streaming and doing that. Right, so we has our new healer. Welcome. We just need one other now, I'm guessing. Yeah, at the distance I am from my monitor, I can't see the pixels. That's what I like. I like to be far enough away that I can't see pixels, even though I kind of can now and again on certain things like text and whatnot. Right, so have we got somebody else for the last slot for the final hike through? Does we have anyone? Does anyone want to join? What we got here? Oh, Crazy Merle's Elite Wrangles and Trade Skill Extravaganza. Yeah, it is the same guy. Look how awesome that is. This guy's really put the work in on that. Right, are we going? What are we doing? We're going to go with 5? Irwin, I can come on soldier if nobody else wants the slot. Is anyone else coming for the slot, Mihalik? Okay. Oh, yeah. I don't know what you see. I don't know. I can't see Mihalik maybe talking in guild or whatever. So I don't know quite what's occurring. All right. Okay. We may or we may not need another. I don't know yet. That would have been nice to have the regain XP 400%, except we're done. I don't need XP anymore. All we need is to raid and stuff and items and things. Can you even go this way? I can see dots, so I don't want to actually go charging through this way. Yeah, there are people there, but I don't think there's, I mean, Eumenides isn't in there or anybody like that, so... I'm just wondering if... Did we go down and check that? A different time? I can't remember. We might have had a look at that during... while it was still on test live, maybe? Not sure. Yes, never leave home without these. Always keep them with you just in case. Your thong prevention... Atrox thong prevention glasses. If you've never got these, you always get them like Halloween and Christmas and that. We did go and check in on Test Live. I thought we had. A common complaint on Rubicon, particularly among new colonists, is the lack of modesty presented by certain individuals of the Epicene breed Atrox. The Atroxes themselves rarely see any fault in with their behaviour, but to others their choice in attire can be somewhat unsettling. Then, in 29479, a young nanomage engineer named Thomas Kylebert came up with the solution for the constantly distressed eyesight. Utilising special filtration nanotechnology, Kylebert managed to create a pair of goggles which would instantly and perfectly eliminate any thong-wearing Atrox from the field of view. Assured that he had success on his hands, Mr. Kylebert attempted to sell the rights to... and yada yada yada. Irwin, do you want to come along? I think is going to be the next question. Body of the servant's mate. This is... yeah, like... I'm sure... Oh, the Enigma thing, 19 down. Yeah, that's Halloween. And that was from Temple of the Three Winds high level. Why have I got 2 rings? I don't know. Etc. And this... and the other parts, these extra pieces of tier armour, are from... Oh, you off, Sav? No. Good night, Savik. Thanks for coming. Thanks for moderating and all the healage. We do appreciate it. So, Mihalik is coming back on his Enforcer. There's Irwin. Next time we are doing DB3. Okay. Whoever has lead, can you grab Irwin as well? It's faster and Carl dies a lot. Yes, I do. In fact, I think Temple of the Three Winds is faster than this. And I think it's just because the mobs here have got so much damn HP. Yeah, Irwin's on. There you go. So we grab him as well, and then you can both run down. Yes, I definitely die a lot in DB3. It's a thing. Definitely. Whoever has now got lead, can you grab Irwin, please? There we go. Right, so we have a full team again. We just got to wait for people to make their way down. Yay! Okay, this is me, Halix. Rather uber enforcer. If you didn't know already. Full beast. Assorted beaters. Just still bloody awesome. And then he's got that as well though. These are the memories you're on about me getting, isn't it? 192 NCU. I haven't even got a recompiler there. Okay. Just wondering on my enforcer what to do next, but yeah. His soldier is somewhat well geared. I'll tell you that, Irwin. Try not to die on Virgil. Depends how much aggro you pull on yourself. This unfortunately does happen occasionally, where people have to come and go, and yeah, we end up with standing around waiting for people to get to places. Unavoidable, unfortunately, it does happen. I has big HP now. With that one, I've got, what we got? 27k HP. It's not bad. I gotta go. I got a 4-year-old who doesn't agree with his bedtime. Gotta take care of that. See you next time. Thanks, Zinzig. You're very welcome. And thank you once again for the awesome t-shirt. Much appreciated. Go and sort your kid out. Running in there. Yos. You need NCU. Pick a place. Oh, God. Don't need directorship. I'm not sure if that's enough NCU. What else have we got? Grid space. Kind of want that. What's this? Whack-a-mole NCU. Motivational speech. .44. What are we at? Nope. Nowhere near. Don't need the map. Don't need that. That's what does it. Stop giving me nano cost and nano delta. Oh, you got GM. Fairwolf. Congratulations. What's this? It's my first 220.30, guys. Oh, did I miss his message? That's Mr. Griffins, I think it's meant to be. It's my first 220.30 since 2005. Wow. are getting there slowly but surely. It's always hard to guess at bloody brawl range, and it never tells you how much it is, but it's always less than your weapon. No matter which melee weapon you use, it's always a little bit less than that. Ooh. Yeah, that was definitely a lag spike then. See that? The whole game just went, yeah. Yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. I'd like to know exactly why they decided these things needed this much HP. Excuse me. Too much talking, not enough doing. I know. While I have a history of dying here, I can at least say I never die in DB3. Really? I die no matter where I go. That seems to be my thing. The only times I don't die usually is if I'm on my enforcer. And then usually you've got like a dock kind of permanently focused on you. I use the rush nano there. I've got that on my enforcer as well. He just goes zooming towards someone. Yeah, the fire floor, or I lag on the boxes almost every time. It's the fire and the box room. Almost every time I go, I die. It's so annoying. And yet it has some of the best game in the gear. Best gear in the game. Belt of Justice, accepting graces. Wow. 6 slot. I mean, It's good, but worth graces? I don't know about that. Does it have a proc or something on it? I'll have to check. Any trash left in the room? This is always weird when you look at this map now. Right, here we go. So be ready, chat. We are doing the do. We're about to all die. Or not. We have beaten him quite a few times, to be honest, so... Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's long enough. Where about our FE now? Yes. Melvin's, we has Melvin's. Salad pizza. Hello, Carlos. How are you today? I'm very good, but I may not be able to see the chat for a few minutes while we try and deal with the Virgil and the Melvins. It does so much damage from Virgil and then the Melvins as well. There's no point trying to root them, snare them, calm them, whatever. They just despawn and respawn all fresh. There's the explodey thing, which ain't that much of an explosion, to be honest. Like an AoE. The white blue cloud of death is the worst thing. Definitely. Yeah, he's doing his running away and fighting from a different room trick. We're ready for him. Yeah, the AoE from that is not that massive. Red means Melvins, blue means death. No, well, we've got Melvins. I don't want Melvins. Go away. No Melvins today. Usually find hugging the wall to be my best tactic for dealing with him. Seem to avoid the bloody the blue. Ooh, I wasn't avoiding it then, I don't think. And you didn't take the damage, so I must have been avoiding it a bit. It doesn't seem to get all the way into the sides, so that is a thing. Oh, that was like 2 lines of the blue there. dicey death thing. Too far away to brawl. Now I can. Ooh, looked like Lucky Charms was in the blue cloud there. Thankfully, she's okay. Is he healing? It feels like he's bloody healing. Has he just got stupid amounts of HP? Damn it, tank's down. Which ain't good. That hood, not like it's going to help much. Where's Virgil gone now? That's a doppelganger. Ran in here. Where the hell is he? There he is. Ow, ow, gonna die. I am not an imp. Ow. Come on, first aid. No. So gonna die. I'm going real slow here. Yeah, man. I've got my other. Cool down, cool down, cool down, cool down. Pop all your cooldowns. You might just make it. Then again, not. Yowie, yowie, yowie. God, he hit so damned hard. Not sure if it's him or the Melvins that are the worst. But yeah, they're all pretty bad, let's face it. Oh! Ow. stellar job on the healing. Definitely stellar job on the healing. Only reason I'm alive, let's face it, it ain't any skill on my part. Cooldown to use, they've burned through them all. My god, did it actually stun the bugger? I'd like to do that more often. Ooh. Yeah, man. Jimash. All I've got left is Path of Light. I use it if I have to. Come on, Virgil, die! What you got? Ooh, the boots. Boots of grid space distortion. Then we've got the Bow Cyber Armor pants and the Cyber Armor helmet, which is actually pretty nice. Then we've got the illegally modified Dreadlock Thrasher ranged energy weapon, which is pretty nice. Those boots are good though. There you go for everybody. So 215 to wear. Then you've got 1200 to all ACs, add all off 20, comp lit 20, add all def 20, run speed 200, and then 50 to all in nits, and then run skill lock for 300 seconds, cast grid space emissary on self. Increase the run speed of the target by 500 points, which is pretty nice. Twitch viewer 322. Ooh, nice. Yes, they are nice. We'll roll the loop before we carry on. You're going back to your soldier. Okay. Dual soldier for the next part. That should be good because it's lots of damage. Himophage joined the group. Cabbage net. When did this contact get added? Been away this year? September? I want to say September. It may not have been September, but I think it was September. Yeah, the high level subway before that, high level Temple of the Three Winds. Pyramid of Home, remember that? I mean, that is a real tough fight. A lot of tactics and stuff in there. Less so in Temple of the Three Winds and less so here, except for Eumenides, who is now over in an area where you would normally see the deranged shopper, etc. But yeah, he's got all kinds of nasty tricks. Whereas Abby, not so much. Although he does eat you, and then you have to escape from his stomach. which sounds bizarre, but that's basically what happens. Right, now while Alazar, or Mihalik, is running down, I'm going to go for a very quick break, which means time for etc. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, and I'm back. Still waiting for Mihalik to make it back, but that's okay. So, okay. Managed to change my mouse DPI halfway through that. Yeah, I'd done that before. I've got the Logitech 502. The newest one, Proteus or whatever the hell it's called. It's a bloody good mouse. What's it called? G502 is all that's printed on the bottom of it. But yeah, it's a really, really good mouse. Like most mice, it's a little small for my hands, but most mice are. It's Kai Cannon UK. Ooh, new subway. Yes. Yeah, if your finger goes just slightly across from mouse button 1, you're on the 2 buttons they put for selecting DPI, which is a pain. I like the quick slower or faster mouse button though. Some games that's really good to have, especially just on the thumb grip, but for my hand, if I relax my hand on top of it, my fingertips are touching the mouse mat, but so is the back of my wrist. So it just disappears under my... I can hide it with my hand completely. So I have to sort of semi-claw grip it. The last mouse that was really good, do you remember the original Microsoft Explorer mouse? I had one of those, and that actually fit in my hand quite nicely. But you can't buy them anymore, so yeah. Twitch viewer 322, been watching your YouTube videos for a while and wanted to say hello. Well, hello, sir. Or madam, or whatever pronoun you like. Welcome to the stream. The rollerball, yeah, my wife had a rollerball. I can't remember what make. I played Half-Life 1, the very first Half-Life game, using arrow keys, which were the defaults then, yeah, on an Ergo keyboard, and her trackball mouse, and I'm okay using one. You know, if I use it for like 2 or 3 minutes, it just feels like normal. To do most stuff in like Windows and websites and, you know, point and click stuff. Can't play any games with it anymore. And I think it's because whenever I go to a studio, because you've got like a mixing desk that comes all the way down, which is all physical knobs and switches and sliders, and then after that you've got like 9 inches of like somewhere to put a cup of coffee, which you never do, by the way, and then like a padded sort of edge to it, and yeah. Is it free for all? Okay. Well, I'm grabbing the boots of the speed because this keeper's a bit slow. So it'd be nice to use them now and again. Have you tried the laser mouse? I don't like laser mouse. I've had a laser mouse before. I got the Logitech. I've still got it. I just got fed up of it. G7 or something. I don't know. It was big. It was really comfy to hold, but yes, it just didn't track well. Optical mice track better. I'm sorry, but they do. Maybe it's just a case of what you're used to, kind of thing. I don't know, but yeah, the 502 is awesome. I mean, you can change the weight of the damn thing to whatever you like. It comes with a stack of weights for it. So if you're used to a certain weight of mouse, then you can change that. Oh no, Doc is AFK. Why I've got that locked. Just out of curiosity. I think it's 1,000 psychic maybe or something. Maybe that's something I needed to do when I first put it on. Can't remember. Anyway, to business. You actually can't. No, it's just got the jelly on it. I hate that. I hate when on a crat especially you calm something and it's got the yellow jelly and you think, ah, great, now it's calm, and the bloody thing's not calm at all. That's damned annoying. First mice I used were 2 button and a ball in it, and you were forever taking the ball out and cleaning the rollers. God, they were annoying. And then someone said, here, try this. It's I always used to do stuff like change the polling rate and things like that on the serial bus, just for that port, just so it would track a little better. And then I remember trying the first optical mouse and just being like, oh my God, this is awesome. You know what I mean? So yes, we have the boots of Runny Run. I used to have I bought a really nice ball mouse. It was expensive, but it came with like a thing just to clean the bloody rollers and stuff. But I remember it used to be a right operation. Yeah, this one I know, but so Mihalik is just explaining this for someone who's not actually done Abby in here before. Do you often use cotton buds to clean your balls? You didn't really need to clean the ball. It was the rollers. It was the rollers. I get the joke, but yeah, it was more the rollers than anything else. Big cotton buds. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, dear. Yeah, so just one of them, I guess. Doing the explaining. Odds are the boss will yank me out of the room. Yes. All the ads might follow me. I'll just all stay here. I'll come back. You bring them and I shackle them. Pulling some trash first. Yes, just the regular trash. The big version of these, the big infectors that Abby rather, spawns. They're the things root in here. See, if they're in there, they cast the green rock aura. It's like a really harsh dot, but it stacks with another teammate. So if you're next to, like, if Mihalik had it, I'd be dotting him with my dot, and if he had it, he'd be dotting me with his dot, and so we'd be dotting each other plus the dot we've already got. So if you get too close to each other with the rot, you're basically screwed. You just take so much damage and you can't be healed. It is really, really nuts. Wait, everybody, be ready with the snare. Be ready with the snare, one at a time, nice and calmly. Good man. No, wait till it gets back in here. Don't stand near them, the green rot is the death. Keep going. And again. Snare it. There you go. Oh, that was close. Okay, bio, ow, yow. God, he hits hard. A lot of the stuff in this place hits real hard. And I can see me dying on this one, guys. Okay, I'm not in fire, which is good. We don't want to be in fire. Oh, right, he's in the stomach. I just saw him get pulled in. Which means he's coming for me for some pigging reason. Doesn't like me. And as he got out. No, Mihalik got out. Oh, okay, he's grabbing me next. Gonna pull me. Usually when he knocks me back, the next thing he does is grab me and pull me in. Yep, here I go. Right, so I'm in the stomach and I need to avoid green best I can. It is weird moving in here along the edges of the walls. They tend to be very grabby. And you come back from like so. So there you go. He got me with something. I see this green cloud around me. It usually ends very badly. Fight animation's kind of weird. Have we lost the Erwin or has he just been swallowed? If you go through the green rot inside his stomach, you need to be very careful where you're standing when you come out. Nicely done. Proc. When you re-click the same proc trying to make it fire. Because reasons. I think we're going to be okay, folks. Famous last words. Yeah, pretty much. That's always famous last words. Okay, oh god. Who's he on now? He's on the agent. Oh, nicely done. That was fast getting out by Mihalik there. Very fast. Yeah, he's on me. And... I don't know if this stun ever works on him, but worth a try. Oh, he's darting about on aggro now. And here we go. Right, okay. The green does move around, so... That big AoE just... Okay! Does not like me. Get back on my spot. I don't know why I'm picking this spot above anything else, but yeah. Okay. I burned through Dimash as well. No! Oh! God damn. How far down was he? He was pretty close going. There we go. So unfortunate, didn't get the kill. Hopefully you guys should have the aura for long enough. Yep, there you go. Oh, I missed it by seconds. That's annoying. No, can't quite cast it yet. I am adding on the belt. I don't know why people think it's worth as much as they seem to think it's worth, but... There we go. Rest shotgun. Now, thankfully, with this dungeon, he says, lagging like hell. Yeah, with this dungeon, the mobs don't respawn behind you. Thankfully. Hopefully we can run down without too many problems. You got to remember the way you did run down, unless you cleared the entire dungeon, and I know we didn't because I can see the red dots on the mini-map. So running back in, don't fluff it up. I know we used, you know, which corridor did you use coming down, all that kind of stuff. You do need to remember it. Like, when we got to the bottom, which way did we go? Because if you run into aggro unbuffed, you're probably not going to enjoy yourself. Yeah, I've picked up a straight. Who won? Oh, Mihalik won the belt. Nice. Oh, we got away from him. That's cool. Totally ignore the mob and just go. Blitz muck blitz face. Well, did he not win it? What are you doing? He's already got it on soldier. Ah, right. Well, add up again. How do we add on again? Okay. Loot. Okay, is that worked? You have added. Okay. Yeah, I'd like it because it's super rare. I am that shallow. He says it's the best belt in the game, so I'm guessing probably. There you go, Lucky Charms won the belt. They will get one eventually. Eventually everyone will have one. Be like a burden. Eventually everybody has one. Because reasons. I'm going to hug it and squeeze it and call it George. Oh, God, what was that from? It was an old Looney Tunes cartoon. Was it like a cockerel thing? I say a boy, I say a boy. It was one of the... Was it Bugs Bunny? And Daffy Duck. It was one of the... It wasn't them, it wasn't Bugs Bunny that ever did it, but it was like a character that appeared in Bugs Bunny cartoons that said it. The Yeti. Was he a Yeti? Okay. I would have to Google it, and then even if you did, you probably wouldn't know. So what's this armour? Reinforced bow. Well, gee. Complating stuff is handy on it. I don't know. Not something I would use, so you know. But the belt is pretty cool, apparently. Grand Belt of Justice. So let's have another look. 6 slots. Add all off for 20. Max health, max nano 300. Max NCU for 50. 32 evades. 30 to nano resist. 5 heal delta. 5 nano delta. And minus 5 nano cost. It is pretty nice. Not going to lie. So yeah. I'm trying to get full auto down to the shortest time. I'm always sort of trying to pour into stamina and strength on my soldier with he's got the red belt on instead, which is pretty cool. But I don't really need that armor on any tune I can think of, really. So yeah. Anyway, who else is anywhere? Scott is streaming, okay. So I will send all of you over there. So I'm sending you all to Scott's stream, and I'll just say thank you everyone, especially those that came to raid. And I will see you all on Sunday.